India's low-cost tablet computer Aakash-II was unveiled at the United Nations in the presence of UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon. Showcased as an example of India's technology innovation, Aakash is said to be the world's cheapest touchscreen tablet. It was commissioned by the HRD Ministry as part of its attempts to provide digital access to millions of students in rural India. But just days before its launch at the UN, there were some reports in Indian press that some tablets had been purchased off the shelf from firms in China.
Nowhere does it say that this is an Aakash-II tablet made in India, exclusively or even partially. When the government of India floated a tender, it was a global tender, and I don't recall those stipulations either. It was a very poor attempt at orchestrating a controversy when you realized that this event, this Aakash-II was going to be showcased in New York at that point of time.
And Sarah Jacob reports from the UN.
If passports and maps weren't enough, there's a new India-China controversy over the provenance of the Aakash-II tablet, showcased by the government of India here at the United Nations as an Indian low-cost innovation. It now turns out that some parts of the first batch of the tablets were manufactured in China. Does this matter? And what does it say about India's claim to be a hub of technological innovation for the poor? For all this, I spoke to the architect of Aakash-II, Mr. Sunil Singh Tuli, to find out more. Some parts of the Aakash for the first 10K units were assembled in China. That you've clarified. But now, since then, there have been more media reports, a blog in the New York Times that actually quoted some Chinese manufacturing firms in China saying that they'd manufactured and assembled the entire product there. What would you say in response to that?
So what we've clarified is that we've kitted these in China, and then we've done the final assembly and programming in India. Now, the Chinese firms that they're getting this information from is not correct. Remember, we're supplying to the Indian government at about $40.40. Okay, the pricing they're getting from China is $43. The difference really is because of our value add in this product. The touchscreens are made by us, and we've provided videos of our touchscreen manufacturing facilities where these are being made. And this is why the cost differential is there. So for somebody to say this is an off-the-shelf product, it's totally incorrect. Well, if it's an off-the-shelf product, then show me the ability to supply it at that price. This is truly frugal innovation in India, and this is why India should be proud of this, and this is why it's being showcased at the UN today. If anybody can compete, we have an open challenge, please bring it on.
Mr. Tuli, I guess the question really is, did you promise the Indian government, or did the Indian government ask for a guarantee that this Aakash would be manufactured in India? Was there any of that? Was there an agreement like that?
Of course not. And the Indian government isn't saying it. If you look at the feedback the Indian government's provided, they've said, look, we ordered a product. We didn't specify where it was to be made. The Indian government is going to spend billions of dollars to equip all its children with low-cost computing and internet access. We recommend that manufacturing should happen in India. Yes, parts will come from China, parts will come from other parts of the world, which is fine. And we should focus on trying to integrate more and more in India. This is why we're setting up a touchscreen facility or fab in Amritsar. The component that comes from China, or the fact that it gets kitted from China, is really an attempt to figure out how we sort of demean India's value in the world, which is really unfortunate. Okay, the reality still is this is an Indian product made by Indians for India, liberating education in India, and Indians should be proud of that.
Anything that involves India and China has the potential to turn stormy. Many technological companies, including Apple, manufacture their products in China, but no one refers to the iPod or the iPad as a Chinese product. CEO of DataWin today described the Aakash-II as an Indian-led global innovation to meet local development goals. Look, the innovative thing here is that the Indian government is taking advantage of global sourcing to get the cheapest tablets in the world to Indian kids. The fact is, the core value of Aakash lies in the design, and software fabrication is relatively low-end commoditized work that anyone in China, or for that matter, India could do, which the company has committed to doing going forward. At the UN in New York, Sarah Jacob, NDTV.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for Retina display. Full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.